สวัสดีครับ Hello everyone. Welcome to Speak Thai with me Paul. In this three-part series of videos, you will have a new experience of learning simple Thai words in Sentosa, a beautiful resort island you must visit when you are in Singapore. You will learn two sets of three related Thai words that are so commonly used in Thai conversation. They are 1. Ni, nan, non, falling tone. Ni, nan, non. 2. Ni, nan, nun, high tone. Ni, nan, nun. If these words sound very familiar to you, yes, they are the Thai words for this and that in English.
Yes.
However, many Thai learners are confused how to use them correctly in Thai conversation as they are very similar in sound and writing but have totally different meanings. And if you want to know what are the differences, watch this series of videos to the end. So, in this first video, you will learn the first set of three related Thai words, ni, nan, non, and how to use them correctly in Thai conversation. To begin with, these three related Thai words are pronounced with a falling tone. Ni, nan, non. And if you want to know what is the difference between these three words and how to use ni as a Thai interjection, continue to watch this video. So, what are ni, nan, non? They are demonstrative pronouns you can use alone by itself without a noun the same way you use this and that in English. First, you can use ni, nan, non as demonstrative pronouns to point at objects when asking questions. For example, to ask, what is this? นี่คืออะไร นี่คืออะไร นี่ which means this, is used here as a demonstrative pronoun to point at an object nearby. คือ is a verb to be meaning is. However, in spoken Thai, you can drop off the word คือ and อะไร is the question word what. So, you can also ask นี่อะไร in short, meaning what is this? In the same way, to ask what is that? นั่นอะไร นั่นอะไร นั่น which means that, is used here as a demonstrative pronoun to point at an object further away. So, นั่นอะไร is asking what is that? And lastly, to ask what is that way over there? โน่นอะไร โน่นอะไร โน่น which means way over there, is used here as a demonstrative pronoun to point at an object far away. So, โน่นอะไร is asking what is that way over there? Not for you. Unlike ni and nan, which means this and that, non has no equivalent word in English. From the previous 3 examples, you can see one difference between ni, nan, non. Yes, they are used to point at objects of varying distances from the subject.
Oh!
This for you. One useful way to improve your Thai vocabulary is to ask your Thai friends what an object is called specifically in Thai. For example, to ask what is this called? นี่เรียกว่าอะไร นี่เรียกว่าอะไร เรียกว่า means to be called. In the same way, to ask what is that called? นั่นเรียกว่าอะไร นั่นเรียกว่าอะไร Another useful question to ask, especially when shopping, is how much is this? นี่เท่าไหร่ นี่เท่าไหร่ เท่าไหร่ means how much. In the same way, to ask how much is that? นั่นเท่าไหร่ นั่นเท่าไหร่ Note that you will rarely say นนเท่าไหร่ as the object is too far away for you to buy. Another useful question to ask, especially when talking over the phone, is who is this? นี่ใคร นี่ใคร ใคร is the question word meaning who. In the same way, to ask who is that? นั่นใคร นั่นใคร And lastly, to ask whose is this? นี่ของใคร นี่ของใคร ของ means of. So ของใคร means of whom. That is whose. Next, you can also use ni, nan, non to point at objects when answering questions. For example, when someone asks you, what is this? นี่อะไร You can just reply นี่ when. นี่ when. When refers to ring. Another example, when someone asks you, what is that called? นั่นเรียกว่าอะไร You can just reply นั่นเรียกว่ามือถือ นั่นเรียกว่ามือถือ มือถือ refers to handphone. Next, you can also use นี่ nan, non to point at objects when making statements. For example, to say, I gave that to her. ผมให้นั่นแก่เธอ ผมให้นั่นแก่เธอ ผม means I or me for male speaker. If you are female, you say ฉัน ให้ means to give. นั่น means that. แก่ normally means to be old. However, in this case, แก่ means to, and เธอ means her. So, ผมให้นั่นแก่เธอ is saying I gave that to her. Another example, to tell someone that is my car. นั่นคือรถของผม นั่นคือรถของผม นั่น means that. คือ is a verb to be meaning is. รถ refers to car, and ของผม is a possessive adjective meaning mine. So นั่นคือรถของผม is saying that is my car. Note for you, you cannot use non to point at non-physical objects. For example, to say that is my idea, you cannot say non คือความคิดผม as idea is not a physical object. Instead, you say นั่นคือความคิดผม นั่นคือคว ความคิดผมคือ is a Thai verb to be meaning is and ความคิด refers to idea. So remember, you can only use non to point to a physical object that is way over there in distance, which you learned earlier.
Oh.
Next, do you know that you can also use ni, nan, non with t to indicate position? For example, ti ni means here, ti nan means there, and ti non means way over there. So, to ask someone, how can I go there? ไปที่นั่นได้ยังไง ไปที่นั่นได้ยังไง ไป means to go. ที่นั่น means there. ได้ which means can is used at the end unlike in English. And ยังไง is a question word meaning how. So ไปที่นั่นได้ยังไง is asking how can I go there? Another example, to tell someone, my house is way over there. บ้านผมอยู่ที่โน่น บ้านผมอยู่ที่โน่น บ้านผม refers to my house. You means to be located. And ที่โน่น means way over there. So บ้านผมอยู่ที่โน่น is telling someone my house is way over there. And lastly, do you know that you can use ni as a Thai interjection to draw attention to what you are saying? In this case, ni is just like saying here it is or hey in English. For example, very often you will hear the serving staff saying ni ka or ni krab just before laying the dish on your table. In this case, ni is just like saying here it is the food you order, and ka or krab are polite Thai particles used by a female or male speaker. Another example, you can say this when paying the taxi fare to the driver. นี่คะ or ครับไม่ต้องทอน นี่คะ or ครับไม่ต้องทอน ไม่ต้อง means don't need, and ทอน refers to change. So นี่คะ or ครับไม่ต้องทอน is just like saying here it is, keep the change. Another example, to ask someone, hey, is it spicy or not? นี่เผ็ดหรือเปล่า นี่เผ็ดหรือเปล่า เผ็ด means to be spicy and หรือเปล่า means or not. So นี่เผ็ดหรือเปล่า is just like asking, hey, is it spicy or not? This for you. You can repeat ni as ni to draw further attention to what you are saying. In this case, ni is just like saying hey in English. For example, to say hey listen. นี่ฟังสินี่ฟังสิ ฟัง means to listen, and sit is a Thai particle commonly used to command someone to do something. So นี่ฟังสิ is saying hey listen. Another example, to say hey stop fighting at once. นี่หยุดทะเลาะกันสักที นี่หยุดทะเลาะกันสักที หยุด means to stop, ทะเลาะ means to fight, กัน means each other, and สักที means at once. So นี่หยุดทะเลาะกันสักที is saying hey stop fighting at once. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Now you know how to use the first set of 3 related Thai words ni, nan, non as demonstrative pronouns and how to use ni as a Thai interjections. If you want to know how to use the second set of 3 related Thai words ni, nan, noon in Thai conversation, don't miss my next upcoming video. But before I go, here are 2 very interesting colloquial Thai phrases for you. 1. ทำนู่นทำนี่ทำนู่นทำนี่ทำ means to do. So ทำนู่นทำนี่ is similar to saying do this, do that in English. For example, to express your dislike when you are being ordered to do this and to do that, you can say ทำนู่นทำนี่ไม่ชอบทำนู่นทำนี่ไม่ชอบไม่ชอบ means don't like. 2. ห้ามนู่นห้ามนี่ห้ามนู่นห้ามนี่ห้าม means to forbid and noon is spelled differently here although it has the same meaning as non. So ห้ามนู่นห้ามนี่ is similar to saying forbid this, forbid that in English. For example, to express your annoyance when you are forbidden to do this and to do that, you can say ห้ามนู่นห้ามนี่รำคาญห้ามนู่นห้ามนี่รำคาญรำคาญ means to be annoyed. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you like my video, click like on the link below. If you find my video meaningful, click share, click subscribe if you wish to see more of my future videos. Thank you very much and see you in my next video. Bye bye. สวัสดีครับ